Okay. And just look at that. We're back, and we get, of course, the Bradamante. The Bradamante servant hit. This is login. Okay, one thing I noticed about that as well is that whenever I recently updated my BlueStacks. Yo, how you doing, Palm? I recently updated my BlueStacks, and it likes to not like present anything when I click, and so I just missed out on the what type of reward I got. So we just go right here, close it out, then go back in. That's what we do. But I missed out what I get reward on, but once I do that, everything works naturally again. Yo, how you doing, Eric? What's up? What's up? We got that present box bursting at the seams. Let's see what's in the summon gates. So we have Protea, Erishka Goal, and that's it. Alright, so we go back over here. I'm doing pretty well. Bracing for tomorrow's ice. So that's gonna be fun. Driving tomorrow. Of course, drive with caution. And all that good stuff. And then followed by next Tuesday, gonna have more snow. Some stuff to look forward to. I'll probably have to clean up this inventory, don't I? Alright, Kali Yuga of Revolving World. Yeah, I have see, we haven't streamed in 2 weeks, so we have just an accumulation of stuff. So we're just gonna just clean this stuff out. Yeah, we get rid of this. And then a little bit of... Oh, message redacted? Oh, doing... over here too, gonna be icy tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be, Oh yeah, we are. We are. We are indeed. You know, I'm close to putting it on open recruit. So we just get that going. You leave an accident. I say, what? I didn't do that. I didn't do that part. It wasn't me. So yeah, I might make it open. So like, it's the Wild West. Evening. How you doing? How you doing, Savage? All right. We'll have like rank 24s. And a couple like maybe rank 30s join. But we need the guild gold for sure. Oh. Paragon, get back. There are 2 servants I've never seen before, and I guess the other Neja was on the enemy side after all. Yep, we're falling off. It's time to take a nice little break, you know, and just enjoy the ride. We already know how strong she is. Be very careful not to let your guard down, Paragon. Hello, Darnell, how you doing? Whoa there, slow down there, girly. We're not here to fight. You guys piss me off. First you make me come all this way. What's up? What's up? Then you just show up anyway? So they are Astra's allies, but why would so many servants band together like this? Anger unnecessary. We need to obey him. We haven't sensed Indian gods here in a long time. Excuse me. I don't blame him for being interested, even if it's pointless. Oh, why are they looking at me like that? I haven't done anything wrong aside from eating like an elephant. Paragon, are you seeing this? Or rather, not seeing it? Yeah, the Kali and sacred beasts are all gone. Yep, I think we might have just accomplished our... oh, sorry. Our goal of keeping this town safe, so that's cause for celebration. Sorry about that. I have my cat's in heat at the moment, So that thing is shedding a lot of skin, and it's affecting it's a lot of fur, so it's affecting my voice a little. Though maybe not too much, since we're not got new, much more different obstacles ahead. If you aren't here to fight, then why are you here? Then we mentioned we're accompanying him. He told us to come along, so we did. That's all there is to it. This him you speak of, is he your master? Ah, something like that, or close enough anyway. Either way, it's only natural we obey him. After all, he's the only God here, the one final God. Look here he comes. This reading. Actually, I'm sure you all can see this all well. Look up in the sky. Yeah, I think your Indian heroes might just recognize that. We know what it is too. Though the only time we saw someone riding it, it was decidedly non-Indian king of heroes. It's both a flying chariot and a ship, a floating palace that serves as transport for the gods that's said to even be capable of ascending into space. A white Vimana? Oh, it's Arjuna Altar? Who's that riding it? Is that... He looks different, but I still recognize his face. I would never mistake him for anyone else. So I can say with certainty. This is Arjuna. Oh, this is regular Arjuna. That's not the Arjuna, really. Not the one recorded in Kali, of course. He must have an altogether different spirit origin here. No. Once I may have been known as Arjuna, but now I am a god. What's going on? It feels like my hair's standing on end. Yeah, I feel it too. I don't know what's up with you, but I'm getting chills. But I do know that no good guy would ever go around introducing himself as a god. With the obvious obsession of Ganesha, since he's the real deal. So beings with divine power have come from the outside, an avatar of Vishnu, a child of Parvati, and Karna, son of Surya. So that is all of you. Don't forget about us normal humans. That's right, the Master of Paragon and his servants here as well. He said you guys don't count. Well, he usually wouldn't even look at you if you're not gods. Dang. But you guys are idiots, so idiotic it's infuriating. Thanks to that, now he's noticed you too. Hello, Delante, how you doing? Which means you guys are done for. Well, now that you come all this way to see them for yourself, what do you think? Nothing. Huh? This ended up being no more than a fleeting diversion. I thought I might feel something, but there was nothing. To me, as I am now, all these foreign elements I see below me are equally defective, immature, and worthless. They do not belong in a perfect world. In that sense, they are evil. God has witnessed defective beings. God has witnessed evil. They have no place in the next yuga. Exterminate them. He should be like, I don't even have to look at you as I toss this energy ball. Well, there he goes. I guess he's not going to give us any orders then. Conclusion, impossible, futile, meaningless. Nothing and no one can break his concentration. We'll just have to wait. Man, this really was a waste of time. I knew I should have just ignored all this and kept going with my research. Yeah, I know what that means. I'd be gone in the next yuga. I just wanted to vent. She got the Code Vein mask on? What's going on? Crap, Arjun's gathering an unbelievable amount of energy around him. Indeed, the sheer energy for this noble phantasm, if it can even be called that, is like nothing I have ever seen. In fact, several of our sensors have been overloaded while trying to measure it. What? That can't be possibly good. Hurry up and do something. Hear me, Arjuna. You think I'm defective? Immature? Worthless? Look at me. Look at me in the eye. Take up your arms and pay attention, Arjuna. Otherwise, this spear will be put to a cowardly use, and I don't want that. Not even gonna say a single word to that man. Even after all that, you will still ignore me, Arjuna. Karna, I understand you two have a lot of history, and I'm sure there are rules you're bound to as warriors of Kuru. But that goes out the window here. But none of those is true for me. As far as I'm concerned, he's already started the fight. And as I'm sure you know, when I decided to do something, I do it. Whether my enemies are paying attention to me or not. Paragon, I'm going to use everything I've got to stop him. Requested permission to release my noble phantasm. Permission granted. Now let it happen. Mastra. Oh, Rama, I think your MP might be bugging out, because it looked like it didn't work out him at all. What? That can't be. That blade even destroyed the great Raksha? Ravana? How could it have? I understand your shock and confusion, but since we must rely on accurate information, let me be clear. Your noble phantasm did not so much as scratch him. He said, alright, you know what that means, we gotta burn him, turn him into QP, Spirit Orja. Furthermore, he did not take any sort of defensive action against it. It simply failed to do anything to him. That lines up with what I saw too, though I still can't believe it. At first I thought it might be an effect of the enormous amount of power he's concentrating near him, but that doesn't appear to be the case either. Which would mean he possessed some sort of anti-interference ability that not even Rama's noble phantasm can penetrate. But how is that possible? But be that as it may, we kings are notoriously stubborn. I could never hope to find Sita if I were to give up now. Yo, angry urchin, how you doing? I'm going to try again, and I won't hesitate to use anything or anyone. Help me, son of Surya. Please help me, Karna. If that is your order, Paragon. Hurry it up. What's going on over there? The pressure's still building. Now get a move on before it's too late. Alright, this time, I want you both to... Can you really not see what's going on here? Forget it, it won't work. Don't take this the wrong way, but neither Rami's nor Karni's noble phantasm will have a chance against him. Trust me, he outclasses you guys in every way. After all, he is every Indian god rolled into a single super being. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I hope your studies are going well. So yeah, so this is why this pantheon only has one single god, because he's all of them at once. That makes sense now. Alright, let's type out the Q. We got this. Him. We got and then we got and Ryan. There you go. Complete. Alright, it wants a Lancer. We're gonna give it a Lancer. It is our time to shine. Let me turn this up on my headphones. Okay, let me actually work with this sound interface just a little. There we go. That sounds much better. Okay, she has advantage. We'll have her here there too. We could bring her too. We could bring her. Like that. Alright, I say this is perfect. Oh wait, let me get someone with an advantage as well here. That way there's no hope he can come back from this. I'm gonna be the Berserker. That's the last ditch effort. Alright. It's you. Po? Pepe. Well, here we are together again, and much sooner than I expected. I was going to just sit back and watch, but I just had to say something after seeing how utterly dense you are. We can talk more later though. Right now you need to skedaddle. Chop chop. What? You're our enemy too. Why should we listen to anything you have to? Well, what if I told you that I was only up in those mountains because I was running from Nezha? You were just running from a measly Nezha? And that Nezha only stopped fighting you guys because tracking me down was a higher priority. So Pepe does not have anything under control here. Everything is just like... he has no power here. What I mean is that they are my enemies as much as yours. I see. So if that Arjuna is the master of all those servants, including Nezha, then our young Scandinavian Pepe can be the master of none. There appears to be no evidence to the contrary either. I really don't have time to lay it all out you for right now. I guess I'll try the direct approach. Yes, I am a crypter. I know we're on opposing sides, but I promise you, I'm not lying. If you don't get out of here now, it'll be the end of everything. But what about the townspeople? Yes, I forget the townspeople. It's okay. You don't have to worry about them. The ones who are fine are all well and truly fine, and the ones who aren't, well, you can't help them now anyways. The one thing I can say for sure is that there's a very good reason why you all need to get out of here as fast as you can. If that's still not enough to convince you, then I'll have to resort to cliches instead of logic. The truth is, right now, that's the only weapon I've got. Ready? Here goes. I hope you'll trust me on this. Pepe. What do we do? I don't think he's lying. Saying Pepe is a good good person. I can't imagine he would ever try to deceive anyone. What is this change of heart? Wait, what? A good person, huh? From my perspective, you seem to be... What, a show-off? No, if nothing else, I agree that you aren't lying. I have no objections to Paragon's decision. What? You believe him? Field decisions trump everything, Mr. Gordoff. Get used to it. Alright then. Hurry up and make your way out of... Oh, well hello, Aslan. Long time no see. I guess so. Pisses me the hell off to see you here. ex-master. My contract with you has been completely overridden. Any connection we had is long gone. Ah, well, that's too bad. I don't suppose you'll let me go celebrate us no longer being master's servant, would you? Hell no. I just can't let you guys walk out of here. Now that the big boss has decided he wants you gone, it's my job as one of his low kapala to see it done. Well, that puts me in a pretty pickle. Will you say all the others feel the same way? How should I know? But I guess they wouldn't do anything unless they were directly ordered to. Pisses me off. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, but don't get me wrong. It's not because I don't care about my job. I'm confident that you're more than capable of handling this alone, Ava-san. Confidence is hugely important. You know, it's just like hunting. It's a bad idea to work too hard when you're confident in your position. If you go around hunting down mountain animals when you don't need to, the mountain end up dead. Is your position the only reason you're standing in our way, Asfodom? Nah, there's more to it than just that. I know if I stop you guys from getting away now, it'll get us one step closer to the perfect world. And you know what? I want to see his perfect world. I'll admit it. Which means I got no choice but to stop you. So I'm going to beat all your asses down. And then I'm going to kick back and watch all y'all get sucked into the dissolution. The dissolution? What do you mean? Huh, so time for words is over, huh? Then I guess I better get ready to respond in kind. If nothing else, I can understand him a lot better than the being up way up there. Let's take him down and secure a way out of here, Paragon. He's charging that thing like he's Goku. So you still refuse to look my way, Arjuna. No, right now, I have another role to fulfill. Awaiting your orders, Paragon. Let's make our way through. Let me take a quick drink. I knew he loved Bradamante. Yeah. Okay, he's a Bradamante supporter. Maybe he can't be that too bad then. Alright, let's just do this then. Alright, so we're gonna go over to... There's not much we can do. I'll just do this for now. Oh, okay. That's nice. Nice supports. Well, it's time to do that Gale Bog alternative. Yep. And put that man to death. Goodness. Ah, stand still, dang it. Pepe's using Magecraft to help us. He's not doing any damage, but he's moving so fast that the enemy can't focus on us. Now's our chance. Can't say I've seen a spell to speed you up quite like that. It looks like it just lets you move around really quickly. Plain and simple. Want to know how it works? Well, like its name suggests, I use the power of love to bend space around me. Why you not kill Why you kill Hot Wheel Man like he's trying to sell you Hot Wheels? Oh my goodness. Hey, he tried to kill the bunny one though, so I had to put him down. Oh, 4. He's obviously lying, but we'll just have to leave it at that for the moment. The important thing is the enemy is vulnerable now. There's no life forms nearby, and you're a good distance away from the town now, so don't worry about holding back. Vasi Scati. It's a direct hit. That should... What? It just made him more angry. It just made him stronger. What was that, Karna? It's gonna take a hell of a lot more than that to kill me. That attack did hurt him. That much is certain. But he's recovering from the damage at an alarming rate. I see you changed since I last saw you. Asked him. Huh, what'd you expect? You're the one who died first. Losing to Arjun of all people. I did, I won't deny it. Hey now, show your role here. Slow your roll here, people. You don't have to finish off just yet, okay? The important thing is he's hurt enough for us to get past him now. So come on, hurry. He's right, let's go. Dang it, get back here. Oh. Just so you guys know. Since I'm Ganesha and all, I can actually run faster than you think. Way faster than any ordinary human. I don't even get tired that easily. Okay, we need to get this this running animated real quick. But I do feel tired, and for a NEET like me, that is the worst thing of all. There's no one else in the whole world who hates running as much as we do. Complaining about it won't make it any easier. Just be quiet and keep running. I only said that because I was hoping you'd take the hint and carry me. I can't. I won't be crushed under your weight. I would be crushed under your weight. Perhaps that is owed to the weight of Ganesha's divine power. Hey, I'm not that heavy. It could... By the way, why are you running away with us? I thought you were our enemy. I have my reasons. Arjun didn't see me as an enemy before now, so I was fine as long as I was just laying low. But since Neja found me in the mountains, and especially now that I've helped all of you, I'm pretty sure he's decided I don't have a place in this world. Basically, now I'm qualified to be collateral damage. Pepe, I'm still not sure what that means. Sorry, Mashi, but you really do need to focus on moving those legs, not your mouth. We need to hurry, honey. So, I say out of all the cryptors, this guy's got it, like, he doesn't have it under control at all. At least with, Kadak, he had the Russian king subdued. This guy is his own servant trying to kill him. I was like, come on, man. It's like the other one's not really until after the fact, but on the outset, I was like, oh yeah, let me just kill this guy. If we don't get away in time, it's curtain for all of us. So how far do we need to run? You're kidding me. You really don't even know that? Alright, fine. I'll just have to explain as we run. Arjuna there is about to destroy and remake everything in this Lostbelt. Dissolution and rebirth, destruction and reconstruction, cataclysm and genesis. As the last god of this world, all of that is within his capability. Huh? So we're going to the safe zone. The reason he's taking so long to charge up is because he needs to gather the ridiculous amount of energy he needs to pull all that off. If any of us gets caught in the destruction and rebirth of this world, we'll end up disappearing completely. We just fought the angry Hot Wheels man and killed him, and we're just running away from Arjuna. 100%, absolutely guaranteed. No recourse, no way out, nothing. That's quite difficult to believe. But if that enormous mass of energy were to keep growing at an accelerated rate, I suppose it's impossible. But then, if that's true, what happens to the world after it's been recreated? What about the life forms? I'll fill you in on that later. Right now, I'm just answering Paragon's questions of how far we need to run. So, the people who are praying will be reincarnated. The ones who got caught by the beast are gone forever. So now that you know, I'm sure you can figure out what you have to do to avoid a massive noble phantasm capable of destroying the entire world, right? You're the only ones with an invasive measure that can get around that. I'm counting on you to save my skin too. Ah, the border zero cell. Exactly. I'm glad you worked it out. Naturally, I figured that might be the case, so I've got the engine all warmed up and ready to go. Let's figure out where to rendezvous, and we'll head there right now and come pick you guys up. I'll admit, it's still risky. I'm not sure what will happen if Arjuna becomes aware of the border too. But right now, it's the only hope we have. Hold it, just a dang minute. You want us to let a Krypton onto the border and let him experience a zero cell on top of that? Preposterous, absolutely out of the question. I know we had a Krypton on board before, but that was strictly as a prisoner, not to mention there were extenuating circumstances. Naturally, neither Da Vinci nor I have discounted the risk in this course of action. But right now, the most important thing by far is ensuring Paragon's safety. All other considerations are secondary at best. Besides, just look at him. Once he makes up his mind to trust someone, there's nothing any of us can say to persuade him otherwise. Especially since he's the one out there doing all the heavy lifting. I thought we'd been over this already. At this point, I'm just a single powerless mage. I don't have a servant anymore. I say that more than qualifies me as a prisoner, personally. Prisoner, huh? I do still regret how Kodak Zinflis ended up getting away. If I look at this as another chance to gain some valuable information about the cryptors, maybe the reward is worth the risk. Alright, I'll make a special exception just this once, but he's to be kept under tight security at all times. Thank you, Director Gordoff. I've got the border's rendezvous point coordinates. Let's get there as fast as we can, Paragon. Come on, guys, let's run for it. Oh. Run faster, Rama. You too, Ganesh. Sheesh, I finally got a chance to survive. All that's left now is one simple question. Will we make it in time? The Western Fault Line. This battle has all lore. Fault. Are you okay, Paragon? We're almost there. Just hang in there a little. On a second thought, now that we come this far, I doubt anything else will try to attack us. I'll carry you the rest of the way. You too, foe. let that beast run. Are we at the rendezvous point yet? Dang, even with all this distance between us, the pressure from Arjuna is only growing stronger. I've never felt the air turn so stifling before, not even when Ravana nicked my throat with his sword, or Kumbhakarna, the giant's foot, was hovering above my head. This isn't normal. I'm not usually afraid of anything except losing Sita. But for some time now, I have been getting chills all the way down to my spirit origin. Calculating expected arrival time based on our current speed and distance. Setting estimated limits based on the current observation results. Putting those together, we get... Well, what is it, man? Why aren't you saying anything? Oi. The only parameter we can adjust now is our speed. We'll just have to hurry as best as we can. If you happen to install a secret accelerator system while you were working on the board, Captain, this is the moment to reveal it. I didn't have time for that. All I did was make sure all the existing systems were working. We should just be able to rendezvous in time if we use all our resources and go at top speed. The real problem is, I'll make as much as headway on my end as I can. Please hurry, Da Vinci. It's done. Extracting unified divine power form. All divinities condensing process complete. Using the 10th to control execution. Deployment preparation begin. It was a world. What was that? This is it. We're done for. It's all over now. I can tell too. I couldn't have been more clear. Whatever that was, it was something we absolutely have to evade. Please hurry up, Da Vinci. Sorry for the wait. Come on in, guys. The hatch is wide open. Everyone on board? Okay, shutting the hatch now. Alright, so we made it. No talking, just get to the zero cell. Goodness. Ah, well, wasn't so bad. You really had me going there, Holmes. Couldn't resist having a bit of fun with us in lieu of Watson's absence, old. We're not out of the woods yet. The real problem is readying the zero cell. What? It doesn't just happen automatically at the push of a button. I did everything I could to prepare in advance. But even if we skip some of the checklists, go with the bare minimum, and turn a blind eye to everything else. Just push the button, man. It won't work. Even if we perform the operation as fast as possible, it's still not enough. It's a difference of only 5 seconds, maybe even less, between the time we need and the time when Arjuna releases his noble phantasm. But those are 5 seconds we just don't have. No. Hold on, just a dang minute. We don't have a minute. Which of you just went outside in the spirit form? The wave earlier. Now I see. I don't understand it, but I can sense it. It's true this world is going to be destroyed, then remade. If we are caught in that, we will disappear. Karna? Uh-oh, not this music. No! The PTSD music. We can't let you be erased, Paragon. So I'm going to do what I must to ensure you survive. Karna, you don't mean... 5 seconds, leave it to me. By setting everything I have ablaze and becoming the very radiance of the sun, even this Arjuna will not be able to consume it all at once. For at least these 5 seconds, I will make sure he knows who I am. But if you do that, you'll... Come on, Karna, you can't do this. Be reasonable. There's no other way. Get ready to set sail. Holmes. I'll work on it. It'll just be a little longer. That's it. Any servants would do the same. This is what I want. You need not worry about me. Karna. Don't you dare let his sacrifice be in vain. Now sit down and buckle up. Huh, you didn't even talk to me before you left. You got a lot of nerve going off on your own like that, Karna. You are truly the great hero of benefaction, a warrior among warriors, as they say nowadays. You live up to the hype and then some. I'll take care of things from here. You give him hell. Thank you. Entering final phase of emergency dive preparation. Initiating countdown. How much time do we have until the attack hits us? So little that I'd rather not spend it answering that question. Wait, you can't. This isn't... Arjuna, this may go without saying, but there are a few things I want more than to run you through. I could even take advantage of this briefest of opportunities to try and do so now. But at this moment, I am a servant, sworn to protect my master. I am not here to meekly accept this outcome, nor resign myself to fate. I am here to stand before you with pride, so that you may ignore me with disdain. So today, I will not be taking up my spear. Instead, he went to his final ascension. God has cast his gaze downwards. These defects are unnecessary and therefore evil. Begone, evil. You have no place in the new Yuga, the new world. I will now wield the sword of the God who ends all things. I will cut off the world from the rift in the world made by the blade. Clear purification will burst forth. Terminus and Genesis will cycle anew. Sword of Dissolution, let your blade fall. Mahaplaya. It's pretty. Behold, these are the shining armor and earrings given to me by Surya, god of the sun. But know this, once I transform myself into the life's radiance, this gold will no longer be my armor. It will nearly be a sign that I am burning bright as the sun, here where you can see it. Kavsh and Kundra. Golden armor. He activated his defense of Noble Phantasm, but even with its protection, Karna. It's alright. I don't know how I know you, but I know you well. And though I can't explain it, I have every confidence that we will one day meet again. So don't be sad, and please take care of Paragon for me. There, Shadow Border, untethered from reality, void space dive, zero sail, unfurl. Down goes Karna. Well, that's new. They normally don't have your character in front when they have when you do sections, unless that's a new feature. I don't know. The relic called falsehood. All right. Like no, oh maybe it's saying that there's no map here, so just do this. The relic called falsehood. Okay. Did we make it? Good grief. Talk about escaping by the skin of one's teeth. We may have paid a heavy price, but at least we managed to protect what we absolutely needed to. Even wearing nigh indestructible armor imbued with the Sun God's power, there's only so much one can do with the very world crumbles away. Truth be told, I'm impressed. He lasted as long as he did. That was a feat akin to holding back all the waters of the ocean, or catching a falling star with one's bare hands. There are few heroes in all of history who could have withstood a cataclysm like that, even just for a few seconds. For us, those few seconds were truly the difference between life and death. Karna, hero of benefaction, I salute your strength and devotion. You have my eternal thanks. First Neja, now Karna. We barely even gotten here, and we already lost 2 of our servants. As cold-hearted as this may sound, we can't move on if we keep our focus on the past. Let's go over what we've gained so far. That's right, Holmes. Stick to the mission. Yes, I know you're right. Go ahead, Holmes. The wave of light we observed just before we dived contained a truly unbelievable amount of magical energy. More than enough to convince me it was capable of destroying this entire Lostbelt. If I hadn't already seen it with my own eyes, no one hero should be able to wield the power of that scale. But given that he clearly can, there must be a reason for that. We've even heard of a few hints towards his nature already. The final god. Every Indian divinity roll into one. So now, I think we'd best hear more about him from someone I believe is uniquely qualified to answer. Let me come right to the point. What is he? Pepe? Okay, now seems like a good time as any for a bit of a chat. Plus, now that you've shown me what the reverse side of the world looks like, it's only fair that I reciprocate, no? The rift between worlds, the inside of nothingness, the gap between heaven and earth, the space outside the universe. Here, where a single moment spans an eternity, only he and the few beings he acknowledges are able to exist. Storage records, organizations complete, commencing reconstruction. He exists in the void space. Huh? Limbo? Delightful. What a delightful way of molding the world as you see fit. I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching it. It's so unilateral, so transcendent, and above all, so violently correct. And what a blessing it is to witness it so closely. If you say so. Personally, I think it's just plain boring. He even had the perfect chance to get rid of the Cowlian clowns. He let them get away. What was he thinking? Hold on. This is a nice one too. Alright. And she has a purple ring. Unnecessary defects deleted. Continuing logic absorption. And conceptual repairs. Oh my. You really should be more careful, You're lucky he seems to have heard you this time. If he decides we're defective and unnecessary too, we won't be able to escape the recreation process either. He's a god after all. He gets to make those sorts of judgments. Right now, the Kalians are little more than pests to be cleaned up, along with the rest of the trash. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture of Coin Sky, I ain't gonna lie. If he did decide that Paragon and his little gang were truly unnecessary, he would send one of his Loca Pala to handle them. It is not our place to say anything, let alone do so impertinently. No, all we need to do is stand back and merely spectate as he recreates this world into his own perfect little sandcastle. It may be wrong to draw up plans and create molds when it comes to making sandcastles, but as they say, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Why doesn't anyone else try their hand at it? The more we repeat the process, the closer we'll get to making the perfect plans and mold. At the rate we're going now, why, I expect it won't be long at all before we get there. Yes, I suppose the sand we're using may get worn and tattered the more we destroy and rebuild. But that is a small price to pay to bring such a grand project to its completion, don't you think? So of course we will keep going. He's got like, hey, that's, oh my, that eye, oh my goodness. The foreign god's disciple consists of 3 ultra egos. But this monk is one to be especially wary of. Part of it is that he's very much rotten to the core. She's one to speak. But it also couldn't be more obvious that in the end, he's going to cast off the few inhibition he has, wreck everything in his path, and move on to do it all over again, somewhere else. And then there's this one. What's with that look? Are you saying I only dislike him because he reminds me of myself? Yeah, exactly. Because she has the weight of all those servants. I'm a patient woman, but even I can only take being lumped in with something like that for so long. Why don't you open your mouth and actually say something for once? Or is it your job really just observing and nothing else? Well, I guess you didn't need to say anything there. Your actions couldn't have said, I have already seen where this is going. Louder if you brought megaphone. Alright, I'll just make do with modest gains in this Lostbelt and focus on finding out what that monk is up to. After all, I certainly don't want him getting in the way of my own future plans. Final value allotments confirmed. Entering, executing. And then the Yuga repeats. Thus the world is reborn. Its cycle begins anew. We get to start off on day 1 instead of like 2 days or 1 day before the Yuga. Yuga cycle inception. So I'm sure you all at least figured out this much, but that Arjun is the core of this Indian Lostbelt. He is the reason this world became part of the pruning theoretical phenomena. Let's see, to tie it to Holmes' earlier question. Holmesies? This world was pruned away because in it, he gained the power you just witnessed. What happened exactly? Why'd you let him do it? Just so you know, this is almost all speculation on my part, okay? There's no one around who can prove what really happened. Anyway, I don't know exactly what he got all that power, or when this world became estranged from proper human history. Estranged. All I know is that it was a long time ago, but I can make an educated guess. It was probably during the Mahabharata. Have fun escaping universal destruction every week? They'll say, oh, it didn't work. Oh no, we gotta sacrifice another servant. Alright, it's your turn, Rama. Go out there and make a difference. He said, man, I can't block it. Well, just too bad. Just throw your body at it. Something happened right around when when the war it depicts came to an end, something that led to Arjuna acquiring every divinity in India. Right, you mentioned that earlier. Then it's really true. It would certainly make a kind of paradoxical sense, given that we've seen thus far, a feat as extraordinary as remaking the entire world simply wouldn't be possible without an equally extraordinary background. But that still doesn't explain how it happened. This is also just speculation, but I think he probably acquired the divinities in phases. And the most plausible explanation I can think of, he probably started by acquiring Vishnu's power, since his closest friend Krishna was one of Vishnu's avatar. What's more, Krishna was said to have one of the strongest connections to Vishnu of all his avatars. Not that I'm saying you're weak, of course, Rami. He always throw that backhand shade. I am perfectly able to understand the point you are making. Never mind the placations. Just keep going. You got it, Hon. So, if Arjuna somehow got Vishnu's divinity from Krishna, peacefully or otherwise, it stands to reason that it could have laid the groundwork to do the same with the other divinities. So he pretty much brought all divinities in line, and then just say, okay, I have all this now. Vishnu is one of the most powerful gods in all of Indian mythology, after all. I expect he went around hungrily unifying all the other Indian gods in the Lostbelt one by one after that. Indra, even Shiva and Brahma were no exceptions. So once he absorbed all their divinities, he became what he is now. An Arjuna with divine power over death and creation. Ruler of this Lostbelt, and capable of destroying and rebuilding everything alike. No, you can't even call him Arjuna anymore. He may have started as Arjuna, but he's something else altogether now. Let's just call him Arjuna Alter. That's why he no longer has a shred of heroic Arjuna personality. You saw that for yourselves, didn't you? Yeah, we did. Yes, he seemed disconnected mechanically. I'm not sure how best to describe it, but it did seem very clear that we won't be able to reason with him. Technically, this would not be the first such entity we've met. If you think back to Scandinavia, Sedonai was an amalgamation of 3 divine spirits. But Arjuna would seem to be on another scale altogether, so much so it's hard to believe that they're in the same category. At this point, it's all too plausible to accept that he is neither human nor servant, but an entirely new divine, conceptual being. Truth be told, I'm surprised he's even able to maintain his form. Alright, so we know what his deal is. Now what about you? What's your game here, Cryptor? Me? Why, isn't it obvious? The only thing that's obvious about you is that your face practically screams, don't trust me. Haha, he's right. Well, I'll have you know, I was just trying to keep my embarrassment from showing. But alright, if you need me to explain, I can do that. After becoming a Cryptor, I summoned Asvan to be my servant. Oh, that's why he's got beef with him. After I was assigned the Indian Lostbelt, the first thing I did was make contact with its king, Arjuna. Once I learned he was basically a god, I spent my first few months here trying to control him as much as I could. But after that foreign god's disciple showed up, Arjuna suddenly started behaving strangely. I guess the disciple must have managed to sway him over to his side. Was it Koinskaya? Who is this foreign god disciple? He's a young man who always wears some sort of Japanese outfit. He calls himself a monk, but he's clearly a failed homage. Oh, Dolman showed up. Okay, that's what it is. A monk? He's very handsome, but he's also thoroughly twisted and just rotten to the core. Definitely not my type. If I had approached him, the odds were better than even that one of us would ended up dead. And we couldn't have that, right? Seeing how we're both technically on the foreign god side and all. So I always made sure to keep my distance from him. I never even got a chance to find out his true name. At least we know he isn't Koenskaya. And it sounds like he's not Father Kotomi Rasputin either. Oh, I'm fond of Koenskaya. She may be evil, but she's pure. She's a pure sort of evil. That's his type of evil. You know how she can cross between Lostbelt as she pleases, right? So I see her every now and then. But I haven't gotten a read on her. It's like she doesn't respect the foreign god despite being an alter ego. But anyway, Koenskaya doesn't have anything to do with Arjuna. Basically, thanks to the other alter ego, the male disciple, Arjuna, started taking a much heavier hand to his world than he had ever had before. After that, it sounds like they needed more pawns for running errands and such. So he went and took my contract with Osville, all because he just happened to be close by. That's tragic. And just like that, Osville was his, and there was nothing I could do. A lot of good being Cryptor did me, right? At that point, all I could do was laugh at how absurd it was. So Arjuna hit him with that rule breaker. That's what happened. Alright, here we go. What? He just took your contract from you? Thinking back on it, I shouldn't be surprised, considering just how powerful a god he is. I just didn't really get how powerful until he was using that power on me. Then to top it all that off, he went and summoned a few more servants all on his own. I don't know if he figured out how by studying Aslan, or if the disciple told him, but I guess it doesn't matter. So he summoned Nezha to hunt him down. The point is, once he had more servants on his side, I knew I had zero chance of taking Aslan back. I got the impression that Aslan used to be your servant based on our earlier conversation. What I really want to know is, what happened after that? After that, I ran away as fast as my legs could carry me. Of course, I didn't want to die for nothing. After all, that's really all it comes down with me. But don't you cryptos have a duty to grow your lost belts? Isn't that how you're supposed to determine which one is truly worthy of rule? Yeah, and where's your tree? If your tree keeps getting destroyed every incarnation, how does that work? Unless Arjuna is the tree. Well, sure, but with this India, or rather, with Arjuna there, that's just not going to happen. Honestly, I knew it was pointless, almost as soon as I got here. Easy to see this world is dead end, and nothing I could do about that. So I gave up on my responsibilities to grow this world's tree of emptiness. I mean, who cares who the king of the world is if you're not alive to see it? Kristadia's probably already figured out that my lost spell's a lost cause. Yeah, this is the worst. Well, I'd say this one's actually more between. If I had to choose between the Russian lost spell and this one, I'd probably choose this one. I was like, I'm not living in no freezing cold, becoming a furry. I was like, nah, I'd rather be dead. I was like, I ain't doing all that. I was like, you know what? I take my chances in this one. In David's case, I'm not sure. I wish he would show at least a little interest in it, but oh well. Oh, that reminds me. I heard you had run-ins with Kadak, Ophelia, and Akuta. Well, if you're not going to make this personal, I won't either. Besides, I can't go around avenging my comrades or talking about Cryptor's pride with things as they are right now, can I? So you're refusing to comment on the Cryptors, is that it? And as long as we don't bring up the Cryptors ourselves, you won't oppose us as one. Is that what you're saying? Take it however you like, but just knowing that Paragon spared Kadak and buried Ophelia, dang, you gotta say it like that? Well, that's more than enough reason for me to want to avoid fighting him if I can. I noticed you didn't mention Akuta Hinako there. What about her? Oh, Akuta's a special case. I mean, she wasn't even a human, right? She was never on anyone's side but her own to begin with, so I don't see any reason to avenge her. You knew Akuta Hinako was a true ancestor? Akuta did a good job keeping her cards close to her chest, but I've always had a good nose for that sort of thing. I knew the instant I arrived at Caldia that she wasn't actually human. What did you mean when you said this world is a dead end? Oh yes, that's the last thing I need to tell you about. Arjun uses his power to destroy and recreate the world over and over, cycling it through periods called yugas. I'll spare you the details for now, but while they're similar in some ways to India's original conception of yugas, they ultimately diverge pretty widely. We have a couple of problems. First, he's gradually going through the yugas faster and faster. Then there's one of the things he does as he completes each cycle. Something he does when he remakes heaven and earth in between yuga cycles. We have already been informed about something along those lines, namely the judgment Asha told us about. I can infer what that judgment entails thanks to her telling us it involves everyone dying and coming back to life. But of course, now is not the time for speculation. Oh, why not? I love to get to see you speculating in person, Holmes. Hard as it may be to believe coming from me. I have no intention of interrupting someone else's explanation of a theory, of a thorny riddle with my own half-baked theories. Oh, well, if you already know that much, it would probably be faster to see it for yourselves than anyway. Hi, it's me, Da Vinci. The beautiful genius has been forced to keep her mouth shut and listen despite being just itching to jump into all this fascinating discussion. Our reality space observation results have finally stabilized, so we can emerge from our zero cell now. The longer we stay submerged, the more chance we have of something going wrong. So while I hate to cut Pepe's explanation off, I really think we should head back to reality space now, especially for our own. What do you say, Gordy? Alright, then go ahead. But I want our security to remain airtight, and make dang sure we surface inside the Lostbelt. Got it? Got it. Will it be safe for us to go back outside after we emerge? Oh sure, the rules about the Yuga cycle are 100% absolute, so I can promise you Arjun won't try anything now that we just started a new one. But he could always break the rules though. There's nothing absolute. Though when it comes to the other dangers, I can't make any guarantees. I mean, I just don't know, you know. We can't let the mere possibility of danger hold us back. We may not be able to do anything about the cataclysm yet, but we'll just have to assume we'll be able to handle any other threats we run into. Neja and Karna may be gone now, but you still have Mash, myself, and Ganesha, the Divine Spirit. Oh yeah, I guess so. Are you alright? Sorry for being so down in the dumps. I'm okay now. I promise. I know I still have my Ganesha duties to fulfill. She's still caught up on Karna. And besides, did you hear what Karna said? He asked me to take care of you for him. Can you believe that? A super great hero like Karna asking a loser like me for help. How does that work? Still, I don't think he had said that if he hadn't needed my help. So, that must mean he thought I was up to it. That he trusted me as a fellow servant. So I figured I may be a loser, but I can still do my losery best. If Karna's gonna put his trust in me, I might as well see if he saw something I didn't. Just don't expect me to be much help. Okay, I won't. Glad to have you with us. I'll come along with help too, of course. Besides, it's easier to explain things when you're seeing them in person. Is that alright with you, Paragon and Vash? Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pepe. Hold it. What do you think you're doing, Pepe? Have you forgotten you're our prisoner? You can't just walk all willy-nilly like this. Huh? But the border won't be leaving the Lostbelt until Paragon finishes what he came here to do, right? So how could I possibly get away on my own? Besides, helping all of you is the surest way to help me survive too. Not to mention, that Mashi just looks so adorable after all this time, that I can't help but want to support her anyway, you know? Ah, I see. Thank you? Of course, if you insist on keeping me in here, well, I can't blame you for that. But are you sure it's a good idea? A good idea? Don't be preposterous. Of course I'm sure it is. No, wait, hang on. What if... I think you should just keep him there, to be honest. Oh my, he's gone so pale. Scared of keeping an unknown element like me here in the heart of their operations. Oh, he's so easy to read. Pepe the type of person to be like, better watch your back, Gordy. I got my eye on you. Love Pepe. I could have Holmes and Captain restrain him, but what if he's planted a bomb inside his body? There's something frightening about him that reminds me of a mercenary. He may have said he only wants to survive, but he's obviously not the least bit frightened about dying. I could easily see him blowing himself up, taking us all out with him. So then, the safest option would be to send him to a Paragon and blow them up. Alright, I suppose it would be the humane thing to do. Very well then. Just this once, I'll grant you special permission to accompany Paragon. Your favorite is Pepe? But be warned, this permission is contingent on you obeying every order we give you, without question. Refuse and I won't hesitate to take whatever measure I deem necessary. Is that clear? Okay, that's fair. If I die, I die. Works for me. that was cutting dry right there. Okay then, let's get going. Shadow border, preparing to emerge. Everyone hold on tight. As soon as we're safely back to reality space, let's go see what the newly remade world is like. I said, beware of the Yuga. He makes the Yuga shorter. From like what? I forgot. A couple days. From like a couple days to less days. Oh, that is 4 sections right there. So what we'll do here, we'll roll some friend points here, and if we get Arjuna, we'll try one 10x for Arishka goal. Not Arjuna. If we get Angermanyu, we'll try 1 10x for Arishka goal. If you don't, that's okay. Nope, it's just double Minotaur. Alright. So we go here, do that. Those apples are accumulating. So that brings us to the end of this stream. Thank you all for coming out to the stream. I appreciate it. And hopefully, see you next time. Adios. Bye bye.